The lesson today focuses on word problems that have too much information. So a word problem may sometimes include more information than you need. Read the following problem and then answer each question. Mrs. Sanchez is putting a border around her garden. Her garden is a rectangle with dimensions of 12 feet by 18 feet. The border material costs $3 per foot. How many feet of border material are needed? So when I read that problem and I look at my numbers, so her garden is 12 feet by 18 feet, and she's looking for the border around her garden. So the border material costs $3. That's too much information because it's asking us how many feet of border material is needed. So if I go around the border, of the garden, it's 18 by 12, 18 for this side, and 12 for that side. So how many feet of border material does she need? So what we're going to do is we're going to add these numbers together. So you could do 18 times 2. 8 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 3. And then I'm going to take the two sides that are 12 feet and multiply that by 2. That gives me 24. And now I'm going to add 36 plus 24. And this is 60. So the information that's not needed is the border material costs $3 per foot. We don't need to find out a total dollar amount. So we know that that was the incorrect, too much information. We solved the problem. We got 60 feet of border material. For the next problem, I'm going to be doing the same thing. So for number 3, Judy downloaded an album for $15. The album has 13 songs. Each song is 3 minutes long. How long will it take to listen to the whole album? So as I'm looking at my information, it is asking me to find how long it's going to take to listen to the whole album. So that has nothing to do with how much the album costs. So I'm going to cross that off. So now I'm left with the album has 13 songs. Each song is 3 minutes long. So I'm going to multiply 13 times 3. And how long will it take her to listen to the whole album? 13 times 3. Okay, that's 9 and 3. So we've got 39 minutes. Number 4, Jerry has 64 coins in his coin collection and 22 stamps in his stamp collection. His sister has 59 stamps in her collection. How many stamps do they have all together? So we're going to look for any extra information that we don't need. So they're asking us to find how many stamps do they have all together. So we don't need the information about the coins. So we don't need to use that number. Now we need to figure out how many stamps they have all together. So I'm going to add 22 plus 59. And how many stamps is that all together? 22 plus 59. Okay, 9 plus 2 is 11. I'm going to put my 1 up here. 5 plus 2 is 7. And 8. They have 81 stamps altogether. Next, I would like you to try number 5 by yourself and then post a picture of your work on Seesaw. For this next page, we are going to need to determine what information is needed to solve the problem, and we're going to cross off the information we don't need or see if it doesn't give us enough information to solve the problem. So for the first one, the campers and staff of a day camp are going to an amusement park on a bus. Each bus holds 26 people. How many buses will be needed? Okay, so if I think about this, do I have enough information? Well, I only have one number here, and it just tells me how many people can go on one bus, on each bus. So what is missing is the number of people that are going to be going on the buses. Next, it says determine if the problem can be solved. If it cannot be solved, tell what information is missing. If it can be solved, solve it. So number 7, Richard is saving $5 a week to buy a bike. When will he have enough money? Well, again, we only have one number here, and it doesn't tell us how much the bike costs. So we have no way of knowing how long it will take him to get enough money. So for this one, we do not know how much the bike costs. So we can't solve this one. For number 8, Natalie wants to find out how much her cat weighs. She picks him up and steps on the scale. Together, they weigh 94 pounds. How much does the cat weigh? Okay, so here we have a number that says together the cat and Natalie weigh 94 pounds. But to figure out how much the cat weighs, we need to know how much Natalie weighs. So we can't solve this one because we need to know the weight of Natalie. All right, so we cannot solve that one either. It does not have enough information. The next one, Phyllis wants to make 8 pot holders. She needs 36 loops for each pot holder. How many loops does she need? 8 pot holders, 36 loops for each. That is going to be a multiplication problem. 36 times 8. So we can solve this one. So using the shortcut method, 8 times 6 is 48. I'm going to add my 4 over here. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 is 28. So she needs 288 loops. And we are going to skip number 10. So you can cross that off. On this page, we are going to skip the puzzle penguin, and we're just going to do number 16 and 17. So for number 16, it says, Mr. Collins counts 54 cartons and 5 boxes of paper clips. Each carton contains 8 boxes. A box of paper clips costs $2. How many boxes of paper clips does he have? Okay, so the first thing we need to listen for is, is there any extra information? So we have 54 cartons, 5 boxes of paper clips. Each carton contains 8 boxes. A box of paper clips costs $2. How many boxes of paper clips does he have? Well, already I can tell that there is some extra information that I don't need, and that would be that there's a box of paper clips that costs $2. Okay, it is asking us to find how many boxes of paper clips he has. So the first thing you would need to do is look at what it is we're trying to find. So we're trying to find how many total boxes of paper clips he has. So we know that there's 54 cartons, and each carton has 8 boxes. Okay, so we're going to start out by multiplying the cartons times the number of boxes in each carton. So with the shortcut method, I know that 8 times 4 is 32. We're going to put the 3 at the top. 8 times 5 is 40. So there's 432 boxes in the carton. But it also tells us that he had 54 cartons and 5 boxes. So we need to add those 5 boxes, and so now we will end up with 437 boxes. The next one is 17, and it says Mrs. Wu has 5 cartons of black ink and 4 cartons of color ink. Each carton contains 48 cartridges. How many ink cartridges are there in all? So Mrs. Wu has 5 cartons of black and 4 cartons of colored ink. We're trying to find how many ink cartridges there are all together. So first of all, I have to figure out how many cartons I have. And I have 5 cartons of black and 4 cartons of color. So that makes 9 cartons. Okay, there's 48 cartridges in each carton. So I am going to multiply 9 times 48 to get my answer. So I'm going to multiply 48 times 9, and I'm going to use the shortcut method. So 9 times 8 is 72. I'm going to add the 7 up here. So we have 36 plus 7, 43. So the answer to number 17 is that there are 432 total cartridges.